thank you for joining us. We are compliance navigation specialists. Our company and its subsidiaries are focused on DOT compliance for transportation and trucking companies governed by the FMCSA. Today, we're discussing the main differences between freight forwarders and freight brokers, and their work with shippers and carriers. For many, it can be difficult to distinguish between a freight broker and a freight forwarder, as the terms are often used in similar fashion. However, there are important differences for what they do for shippers and carriers, in addition to the new business startup and insurance requirements. What is a freight broker? Simply, a freight broker connects the people who have the freight to move with the people who need to move it. Brokers must register with the FMCSA for brokerage authority, but do not take possession of the goods being hauled. Also, brokers do not own any of the vehicles or equipment used to ship the goods. Brokers are useful for carriers because they can offer a higher volume of loads than carriers would normally get if they work directly with their customers. It would also save carriers the time and resources on the back end. Brokers are useful to shippers because brokers have more bargaining power when negotiating rates with carriers, which can save the customer money by getting them better deals. However, a freight broker usually does not prepare paperwork for their clients, ship goods under their own bills of lading, or provide additional services such as break bulk, consolidation, or packaging. In return for their service, brokers take a percentage of the total cost of the transaction as commission. What is a freight forwarder? Whether it is by land, air, or sea, freight forwarders must have operating authority with the FMCSA in interstate or foreign commerce, and, since they are liable for any losses or damages, must also provide at least minimum required insurance coverage for shipments under their control. For carriers, it is important to note that forwarders and brokers are not legally required to pay carriers until the customer has paid them. You should make sure that brokers are registered as a company and legitimate business, and make sure that the freight you're hauling for a forwarder does not have damages or shortages before accepting shipment. Next, we can talk about requirements for new brokers and new forwarders. For freight forwarders, the FMCSA requires additional insurance to be submitted on the following forms. For liability insurance, a BMC 91 or a BMC 91X if the insurance is provided by multiple companies. For freight, $750,000 to $5 million in minimum levels of financial responsibility. Vehicles weighing less than 10,000 pounds, transporting non-hazardous freight require $300,000. For passenger vehicles, $5 million is required. For passenger vehicles with a capacity of 15 people or fewer, $1.5 million is required. Proof of cargo insurance if you are a household goods freight forwarder requires a BMC 34 or BMC 83, a minimum of $5,000 per vehicle or minimum $10,000 per occurrence coverage. Businesses that operate as brokers or forwarders for marine freight are required to register as ocean freight forwarders or non-vessel operating common carriers with the Federal Maritime Commission through a separate process. More information on that is available at the Federal Maritime Commission's website. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at 800-724-5523 or email us at info@cnsinsures.com.